Hello, viewers. We're back. It's Sara going global. Boy, have I missed you. Well, I'm back just in the nick of time because it's Movember. What? Movember? You know, prostate cancer for men. We're honoring them this month and we're going to keep them in prayer. Guys, please go and get checked out. We love you and we need you. Today, we have two very special stories for you. I'm so excited that Cindy Murphy has come here from Kenya. Yes, Kenya. Boy, have we got an exciting story for you. Now, this exciting is a different kind of exciting. So get your bottled water, stay still, sit down, and let's talk. Then we're going to have some authors, and we're going to be talking about books and authors, how to write your book, what inspired them to write their book. Remember, it's harvest time. It's time for us to shine together. Now, Sara going global, you know, we're going to have some funny up in here. So I want to know, what is Santa going to bring you for Christmas? Better yet, what are you going to give to the community for Christmas? Hey, I see you. Thank you for tuning in for the Sara Show. And thank you for traveling around the globe with us. We love you, and we'll be back. Hey guys, I said 2 and 2. I hope we didn't take too long. We're back and I told you I had an excellent story for you, an exciting story. Well, it is amazing. I have here today with me the very lovely Cindy Murphy from Kenya. Not born in Kenya. She was raised in San Diego, California, and somehow she decided to go out of the United States of America. Cindy, can you tell the audience hello today?
Good afternoon. It's great to be here. Thank you so much, Sarah, for having me.
Now, Cindy, can you tell us what you're here today, Cindy's Hope? Can you tell us what Cindy's Hope is?
Yes, absolutely. It is my passion and my heart, for sure. Cindy's Hope started 2.5 years ago with 14 little girls. 14 little girls that were sexually and physically abused. The oldest one at the time was about 12, 13 years old, and the youngest was 5 years old. I had the girls in a residential care. I cared for them and put them through school. We had them for about 3 to 4 months, and 2 more little girls came to us who needed care. And the place where they were staying refused for me to add any more children. And even though I argued with them and I was paying for their care, we weren't allowed to accept any more little girls. So we sent them away. Sarah, those little girls were then, their father burned them. He set them on fire and tried to kill them. The father
literally set the girls on fire.
Set them on fire. They are missing toes. They have burns down their legs and on their head, their arms. The father died in the fire, but they lived. And their names are Faith and Mercy.
Faith and Mercy.
Yes.
God had a plan.
Yes. And I didn't rename, that is their name, Faith and Mercy. And since that time, my passion is never to turn away another little girl who needs my care, who needs refuge, who needs rescuing from sexual abuse, physical abuse, abandonment. Faith and Mercy have given me a
new
purpose.
Outlook.
Yes,
purpose.
Absolutely.
Wow. So now you're in Kenya taking care of children. What led you to leave San Diego, California, you know, the beach, the sunshine, to go to Kenya?
Well, I live there with my family. I have 3 boys and a husband. And we went to Kenya to be missionaries, to serve the Lord in Kenya, yes. So we did my husband's a dentist, and he does missionary work outside of Kenya, Mozambique, and South Sudan, Uganda, Tanzania. And I stayed in Kenya and worked with our boys and other ministry there, and then started with the girls.
Wow, so just a family just devoted to volunteering and mission, being on the mission fields to help others outside of themselves. Now, can you tell me, Cindy, how is Cindy's Hope different from the Samaritan's Purse? There are several things out there. We have World Vision. We have Feed the Children. What makes Cindy Hope so different? Is it pretty much the same thing that?
Well, no, we are much smaller. We have actually now 117 boys and girls at Cindy's Hope. So Feed the Children and World Vision are very large, but we take care of the entire child. Our program is very much Christ-centric. Jesus is the center of what we do. And we have 24/7 residential care where they have school. So we have from preschool, actually up to 6th grade right now. Mm-hmm. So our boys and girls, we board them, and then they'll go to school for a semester. Their school is from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I now have staff, teaching staff, dorm parents, cooks. So it has grown tremendously. But my desire, my background, even before moving to Kenya, is education and Christian education. You know, we have a choice between being Daniel's or Moses. You know, Daniel's parents, they trained him in the Word of God. They trained him. And Daniel was in the service of the king from the time he was 17 until he died. A magnificent legacy. Now, Moses was educated in the world. Moses grew up in the house of Pharaoh. He had the best of the best. But Pharaoh doesn't serve God. Moses doesn't serve God until he's 80. We must teach our children about Jesus Christ. When they rise up, when they lie down, when they walk upon the road, they must know him.
As viewers, tell the viewers, how can the viewers help you in the community? What can we do for Cindy's Hope?
Well, my long-term vision for Cindy's Hope is there's 2.6 million orphans in Kenya. In Kenya alone, that's 15% of the population. And these children need care. They need school. They need Jesus Christ. And to have Christian schools in Kenya that where we care for orphans and vulnerable children who are sexually and physically abused. But I need youth. Though I am more than ready to take care of all 2.4 million orphans myself.
Can you give them the website where our viewers could go to your website and see the beautiful children and see what you do? Give our viewers your website, Cindy.
It's Cindy's Hope, CINDIS, Cindy's, and then -hope.org.
Is there a number that they can reach you at?
No, but we are also on Facebook. Cindy's Hope on Facebook and as well a website.
All right, viewers, you've heard that. Please, this is what you can do for your community this Christmas. Show them who Santa Claus really are, who Santa Claus really is. Okay? Thank you so much, viewers, for helping Cindy's Hope and for helping Sara go around the globe to make Santa's Christmas for everyone. We see you. Thank you so much, Cindy. We so appreciate you. My heart goes out for you and these children. We love you, we bless you, and we are going to do something about that.
Great. Thank you so much.
Cindy's Hope, we love you. Let's say bye for now. Thank you so much for joining us for Sara Around the World. We're going global. I have authors here that are international authors. They've been writing for quite some time, and I feel honored to be sitting on the platform with them. To my extreme right, I have Miss Laura Washington, Taz Bright, Pamela Jarman Wade, and Shirley Fremont. And yours truly, Sara. This is going to be an exciting evening. So for all my viewers out there and all my readers and all my children, no, John, you do not have to leave the room. Mom can keep you company. And hey, go get Dad too. Today, we're going to talk about superheroes. We have Taz Bright that's here that has wrote a book that is so phenomenal. You don't even have the hardback copy. Did you hear how I said it? You don't even have to have the hardback copy. He has an ebook. This guy is so awesome. I'm just totally transformed when I talk to him. Batman and Kale. What's the name of that book, Taz Bright?
The name of the book is KL Defender of Truth.
KL Defender of Truth. What is this book about, Taz?
It's about a guy named KL and his son. They both have the ability to see and fight demons. I wanted to create a book that kids could look up to, a really Batman-like superhero that kids always watch on Saturday mornings. So that's where the inspiration came from.
Wow, so that's what inspired you to write the book. Well, are you Kill or are you Batman?
Can't tell you.
Oh. What would you hope that your listeners out there would learn from this book, Taz?
I hope that children learn that they don't have to be adults to be heroes. When they read the story, they'll see KL's son going through certain changes and different adventures with his dad, where he actually goes in and comes to his father's rescue. And of course, he makes sure to tell his dad, hey, don't forget, I'm the one who got you out of that situation. So that's what I want kids to see. They right now think that they have to be adults, they have to be bigger in order to be heroes. But if you have Christ within you and you're relying on his power and his direction, you can be a hero at 2 years old. So that's what I hope they learn.
Wow, now that's very powerful, because you know what I think, and you know what I know? Our children are our world changers. They're our generational changers. You know what? This is a bestseller, and we want to thank you in advance, listeners, for reading this ebook, and I look forward to seeing it in hard copy.
Thank you.
Thank you. What else would you like to tell us about this book, Taz?
It's not yet published. I'm still going through editing. It will be on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, hopefully around January at the very latest. When you read this book, I want you to think that the things that are happening in this book with angels and demons around us is actually happening. But we can inspire our children to rely on truth. Truth is God. Rely on God through every single decision, every adventure that you have in life, and allow Him to show you where He wants you to go. And whether you are 13 or 18 or 55, as long as you're following Him, those adventures you have in life, most people call them inconveniences, but if you look at them as adventures and allow God to guide you through them, you'll get through it in the end.
Well, Taz, that is awesome. And with a name like Bright, can you tell us, where would we find this book? How can we purchase this book?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble, a couple other smaller sites, hopefully around January 31st.
How about your email that they can post for comments, Twitter, Facebook?
On Twitter, you can find me at @bbminister. On Google, just look up Taz Bright. I'll be in there. Last name spelled Bright. On Facebook, same thing, Taz Bright.
Wow, this is great. Okay, superheroes, dads, you know what I love about it? It's a family book. This is about family time and spending quality time together. I love it when we can just have that camaraderie, especially with fathers and the son being the hero. I've always been taught in my household that dad was always right, but to know that a child can be right too, wow, that's so powerful. Taz, I want to thank you for this huge contribution to the universe. We love you, and we look forward to seeing you on that bestseller list.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And now, Miss Laura Washington. When I met this woman, I was truly inspired. Laura and I met several months ago at a conference, and I knew that I wanted to know this woman because she had a book that was sitting on her desk. And I was like, wow, I want a book. I want to write a book. She says, well, you can. Miss Laura, would you tell the viewers what you told me?
I said, you can do anything that you think you can do. All you have to do is put your faith and trust in God, and you can.
What is the message and the meaning and the title of this book, Miss Laura?
I'm so glad you asked that. I was just so awe-inspired when God gave me the title, because everything has a basis, a support. The foundation is the support for your life. Now, you can choose to live a life that is victorious, or you can choose to live a life that is defeated. If you have a God-centered life, you are guaranteed to live a life that is victorious.
Wow.
And that's the foundation.
That is a foundation. You use the word that we cannot be temporal. What did you mean by that?
First of all, we think that this life is going to go on and on and on. We are in a temporary situation on our way to our true home. There is perception, which is the temporal, and then there is reality, which is the true nature of God and who we are.
Wow. Well, Miss Laura, what is it that you expect him or her, our viewers, to get from this book?
The main thing that I expect the viewers to get from this book is that we live in a world of perception. In order to get to the real world, which we can live in right now, prayer, meditation, and awareness. Those are the key features to living in the real world, because that's the world that God created, and that is the only thing that matters. That is the only thing that is real, the world He created.
Wow, I remember when I met you, you talked about baking a cake and how life measured in that. I know I caught you off guard, but could you tell the viewers about that cake?
Yes, I would be excited to tell the viewers about that cake. I envision life as baking a cake. There are ingredients in the cake, and you can substitute ingredients in any cake. If you have something in your cake of life that you don't like, let's say, for instance, if you have eggs and the eggs are synonymous with a bad attitude, you can change that. You can put a little sweetener in it, and you can adopt an attitude of I can and I will.
Wow. Miss Laura, tell our readers where they can find your books.
You can find my book on my website, www.motivationaltopics.com, and Barnes & Noble and Amazon. And Barnes & Noble and Amazon, they are in the form of the ebook as well.
Wow. Miss Laura is an educator. She is a storyteller. She is a teacher. And she's a leader. Now, Miss Laura was telling me about her condition. Could you tell us about health in your condition and how you use this to inspire your life?
Absolutely, absolutely. In March of 2006, doctors told me that I would never walk again. I'm walking. I do whatever I want to do. I go wherever I want to go, because I told 4 doctors, I will not accept your diagnosis. You were not in the room with me when God told me, by His stripes, I am healed.
Wow. Bam. Got you. So whoever told you that you couldn't do it, that's a no-no. G-O-D. I think we got self-help, and I think it comes through Jesus. I think we got superheroes, and we know it comes through Jesus. Oh, we've been abused, we've been beat up, we've been slapped. Oh, we cried. Things don't go our way. It's not fair, but guess what? We have Jesus. Get up, cry, fall down, and stand back up. You know what? We'll be back here shortly, and we're going to talk more to these lovely writers. We thank you for taking your time to spend the time with us. We're writing so we can see your writing, so you can write to us, so we can write back to you, so the world can see what we're writing, so we can read together. Viewers, isn't this exciting? Wow, just 2 beautiful artists that you met today already. Superhero Taz, and now the motivator, Miss Laura, and now Miss Pamela Wade. I want to say Pamela Wade Jarman, but you know what? We've been practicing this all day, so I'm going to say Pamela Jarman Wade. Did I get that right?
You got it right,
Can
Sarah.
you tell the viewers? Guys, help me out. Say it. You say it.
I'm Pamela Jarman Wade.
See, she's an author of a children's book, so I could be a child. I love people with childlike spirits.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that, Pamela.
You're welcome, and thank you so much, Sarah, for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to be here. You in this lovely harvest orange. We're in the harvest time, y'all. Now, I have the blue on, and I'm in Texas. I said, y'all. This blue that I'm wearing, I'm representing Movember. Movember is November. We're thinking and celebrating about our men, and we're thanking God for keeping them safe and reminding them to get your prostate checked.
Okay.
We love you guys, and we celebrate you, and we thank God for our head, which is the man. We could never make it without you. We thank you for your seed. Now let's grow together. Pamela.
Yes.
I want to hear about Little Leroy. Can you tell our viewers about Little Leroy?
I sure can. My new children's book, The Adventures of Little Leroy, The Legacy of Martin Luther King Jr., is the first of a series of children's books. This is the first series. Little Leroy will go through many adventures as time goes on, but with this first book, he is learning about the legacy, the philosophy of Martin Luther King Jr., diversity, and I just believe that Black history should be 365 days a year, not just 28. And I believe in literacy and children reading. Reading is fundamental.
Yes, it is.
I love reading. I've been a reader all my life, and I want children to read.
And remember that, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you can't afford to travel financially, wherever your cash won't take you, your mind will carry you.
That's true.
I love that.
That's true. And little Leroy will take you on an adventure, and at the end of the book, there are some comprehension questions that can help children with their comprehension. So teachers have been giving me positive feedback on those questions. At the end of the book, they love it. So teachers that haven't gotten my book yet and have not read it to their class or had their class to read it,
Shame on you.
please get it. Please get it.
I read it. I love it. I'm a storyteller, and I'm going to help keep that book in the schools. You are awesome, Pamela. I want to know, can you tell me how this little Leroy segues into the chicken soup of the soul, your devotional for wives? That just so inspired me, because as women, we're overworked, underpaid, underappreciated, 6 dozens of flowers when we should have got 8 dozens. Tell us, how does that devotional thing work, and how do you manage to do it all? Work in the city, have a husband, have children, write children's book, write an adult book, and then act and do plays. Where do you get your energy?
The energy comes from God.
Wow.
I have to give the glory and the credit to God. That's where the energy comes from. And it's my passion, and I thank God that He allows me to do all that I do. I thank Him for that. The wonderful publishers and the people at Chicken Soup for the Soul put out a call for stories, true stories. There were devotional stories for wives. Well, I'm a Christian, and I'm a wife, and I had a story, or should I say a testimony.
Amen.
Yes, and so I submitted my story in due season, and thousands of writers submitted stories. Only 101 stories could make the book. And I just thank God, and I feel so honored that my story, In Due Season, was one of the stories that was selected. So I've had a lot of great feedback about every story in the book, and my story as well, which is a true story about me and my husband. And about him, he was always a Christian when I met him. But we went through a challenge. And I don't want to give it away.
Okay,
get the book, get that book, Chicken Soup for the Soul, Devotional Stories for Wives, and find out what happens in due season. It's our testimony, and it's been blessing people, and I'm just honored.
Well, since she's not going to tell us what the story is, can you tell us, Pamela, where can we purchase these books?
Yes, I can do that. My children's book, The Adventures of Little Leroy, The Legacy of Martin Luther King, is available at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and at my website, PamelaJarmanWade.com. The Chicken Soup for the Soul, Devotional Stories for Wives, it's out in bookstores nationally, any bookstore. If they don't have it, just ask the manager to order it for you, and they'll have it in the bookstore within 2 to 3 days.
Christmas time is coming.
Yes.
I see stocking stuffers. Okay. I see family time around the table. I see a fire burning, being romantic, cuddling up, and telling stories as we read the stories. Thank you so much, Pamela.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you.
The pleasure's all ours. I am so excited about this next author. Not only is she a dear friend, she's my neighbor. When I think about dipping in the pool, I tell you, it's a lot different from taking a bath. When I think about a shower, it's like being rained on by God. They say when the rain comes down, the blessings come on. I met this lady and she went running. I took her to Vacation Bible School. She prayed over every chair. She prayed over my classroom. The next thing you knew, the congregation was there, and we've been hanging ever since. Some people say, boy, what crack will do to you. I'm telling you, Jesus has a different and deeper effect, okay? Kids rock, but you know what? Grown-ups too. There's the balance and there's a fine line. Shirley Fremont, thank you so much, my dear love.
Sarah, it's a pleasure being here with this group. I'm honored to be here. I truly am. I truly am.
Jesus joy. I tell you that Jesus I tell you, we're just happy up in here. You guys know you want the books, right? Shirley, tell us why you wrote this book.
I wrote this book, Sarah. There's so many inspirational books out there, but I wrote Living Inspired Now so that people who are Christians can grow their faith, people who are searching can find Jesus Christ, people in other countries will know that prayer works and God blesses every single effort. I wrote this book for all the people of the world, every nationality.
Say that again.
I wrote this book for all the people of the world, every nationality, every religious background, every race, every creed, every age. If you can read and you're 8 or 10 years old to 110 years old, that's who this book is for.
Wow. And what's in that book? What's in that book for
This
us?
book, I brought in 2 contributing writers toward the end of the book, Pete Lopez and Anna Louise Lennar, whom I thank graciously. And the 3 of us, I did about 80% of the material, and they worked on it with me. The book has inspirational sayings that I wrote, not that I compiled from other sources, on worry, guilt, living, surrendered life, patience, etc. It has prayers, every prayer subject imaginable. The blessings of Abraham are in it, visions, miracles, and journal pages. So that's what's unique about this book. It has a little mix of everything every person can take from.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I understand that there's a journal. As I was perusing through that book and being inspired by all the scriptures that were in there and the personal prayers, I just felt so good. Because some days you just have those days where you don't feel so good. Oh, I shouldn't have told you that. But do you guys have those kind of days too? Well, that's why Shirley's book would be one of the greatest books to get. Not only is it on Amazon and one of the best-seller lists, tell her how this book, don't tell her, tell them how that book ranked when it came out.
It ranked on, well, first of all, I put in barnesandnoble.com my book title, Living Inspired Now, and I was on the top ranking of all the inspirational books, of everything. Awesome. Glory to God. Glory to God who inspired this book for that. We give him the glory. So that the ranking was 313 out of 100,000, or no, more than that. Yeah, the first day. It was released last Friday.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
And now, there's a special excerpt that you wanted to read to the viewers. Would you read that to
I
us, Shirley?
will indeed, Sarah. Thank you. Do you believe that you have surrendered your life to your Lord and Creator? Why or why not?
Wow. Can you say that again?
Do you believe that you have surrendered your life to your Lord and Creator? Why or why not?
Now, is she asking you a question that you can answer? I think this is something to ponder. I think this is something to think about. And from this young lady's excitement, I'm going to buy a book. Even though she's giving me one, I'm going to buy one for someone else for a stocking stuffer. You know, being on this platform with the people that I'm on this platform today just excites me because I want a book. And I'm going to tell you the name of my book. The name of my book is God's Got Something Cooking in the Oven, and it's not done yet. Now, you might be laughing. I am so serious about that. Now, you tell me, which came first, the chicken or the egg? I want to say a thank you to Laura Washington, to Taz Bright,
Thank you.
to Pamela Jarman Wade,
Thank you.
and Shirley Premont,
Thank you, Sarah.
and that beautiful woman we had on before. You guys know. Hey, community, I'm looking for you. Cindy's Hope. Let's do something for her. Let's help those girls. And yours truly, Sara. Guys, let's wave bye for now.
Bye for now. Bye-bye. God bless you.
Stay tuned for part 2. We love you. This is Around the Globe with Sara. Bye for now. Yes, I love my hair. Oh, I love my hair. The Hair Lover. Yes, we're back with Alicia Jarman from The Hair Lover. This is the woman that's responsible for my hair. As you know, I haven't had a perm in 2 years. So my hair is 2 years out of having a perm.
Chemical free.
I am chemical free. I'm excited and I'm totally happy about what's going on with my hair.
Yes, so today we're going to give a tip on natural hair. As you can see, my hair is natural. I've been natural for now, let's see, 6 or 7 years now. And this is the versatility of our natural hair. So as you can see, Miss Sarah's hair is straightened. It looks as if she has a relaxer. Full of bounce, full of body, it's beautiful, it's shiny. It has a beautiful natural shine. With natural hair, we don't use a lot of oils. We allow the health of the hair to shine and flow through being healthy, being treated consistently, maybe once every couple of months. Versatility is very important in Houston because we have so much humidity. There are so many women who desire to go natural but don't because they're afraid of the outcome. They're afraid that they can't manage it. They're afraid that it won't last. Well, Miss Sarah's here to tell you that her hair does last. It at least lasts the 2-week period that you would normally wear your hair out, even if you had a relaxer. So basically, the tip of the day is learning how to wear your flat iron out. So when, say, you're working out or the humidity is high in Houston and you want to preserve your flat iron, or maybe you want to do something a little bit different, is nearing the time to come back to the salon for your treatments so that you can get your flow again. Basically, you would just take your hair. If it's puffy at the root already, you wouldn't comb through to the root. You would comb just the ends, carefully with a wide tooth comb, not a small tooth comb. And you would carefully detangle, take the hair in chunks, and coil. Just start to coil like Bantu knots. This is the tip of the day. You'll be excited to know that it will definitely give you a different look with your hair, as well as preserve your hair without you having to do anything different.
Thank you so much for joining us here again with Sara going global around the way and around the world. We have had an awesome day. We had Cindy Murphy here talking about the girls' home, and now she has boys in that home too, Cindy's Hope. And we've also had the wonderful Arthurs here, Laura Washington, Taz Bride, and Pamela Jarman Wade, along with Cindy Fremont and yours truly, Alicia Jarman. Thank you so much, viewers, for making us a part of your life. May you be blessed. Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Hanukkah. It's harvest time. Go and get your blessing. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next month.